Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to ASPOT Office Hours live help sessions. This is where you can ask your quick question regarding ASPOT and get live help. We also do live builds on this call, so we can show you how different ASPOT tools work in real use cases. So if you have a question while we're doing the build, Brad says I'm echoing. Let me just change my mic settings. So select microphone. There you go. Think think that should be fixed. How about now? Is there still some echoing in the background? Let me know, you guys, if there's any issues with my audio. Sounds good. Okay, Don says sounds good. All right, awesome. So let's proceed. Our build for today is the Meta Ads Lab. So basically, we are going to be building a Canvas page where users can generate the cold ads. They can also retarget their meta ads and improve existing ads in just seconds. So what the problem that we're trying to solve here is to remove the guesswork and the blank page syndrome by guiding users through structured inputs and instantly producing strategic, ready to test meta ad variations. So how it works is that the user will select a channel. Um, can be I think there we will have three options. So first is generate a cold ad, generate retargeting ad, or fix the existing ad, and then they will answer a few guided prompts. And then the AI will generate the creative angles, the hooks, the primary text, the headlines. So that will be the core function of this tool, right? That we will be building right now. So let me go ahead and go to my Aswad account so we can jump on it. Hope everyone is doing a great evening, by the way. A great evening, great morning, actually. It's evening my time. So let's go to Canvas and click the plus icon, start creating that. So we are just going to name it, let's just say Meta Ads Lab, and click on create. That's loading. Okay, there you go. So let's go inside and we'll be adding the we will be customizing the general settings. So there's no actual source that I generated for this because we will solely rely on the AI prompt. So let's go ahead and add our Canvas title. So let's just say this one's Ads Lab. And then the button text is this. Let's just copy this link right here and put that. There you go. Now let's click add link. So I'm going to add four fictitious links just so we can um, make sure we have a few selections in here. So offer an angle worksheet. There you go. And then meta creative specs. There you go. And also maybe a book a strategy call. So if you have like a booking link, you can put that right there. Okay, cool. Now let's go over here to our chat section. So voice chat, let's enable this since we are already using OpenAI. So I think that would be nice to have in here. And then for the headline, let's just put this, get ready to test meta ad variations. And then the initial message will be this. There you go. So, hey, welcome to Meta Ads Lab. You can choose what you want to do, and then the options will be added under the channel, so they can just quickly click on it. And then I'll generate hooks, primary text, headlines, and creative angles. So that will be our initial welcome message. Now, let me just go to customization and select the theme for this. Second, I think for this one, let's use a lighter theme. There you go. Awesome. Great. I think this looks great for this specific type of canvas. Now, moving on, let me just add the channels. So that would be under the channel section and then question. So what we're going to add are the selections. So we have the generate called ad. So they can just quickly click on that. Turn off status because we're adding that later on our initial welcome message. And then question. Oh, sorry, let's turn off the status, update. And then the next one will be fix the existing ad status, create that. Awesome. Now let's make sure we add that to our initial chat. There you go. Retargeting. And let me just copy this. And then generate retargeting ad. Oh, I cannot copy that from there. So let's just put that right here. And then fix my existing ad, put that right here, and save changes. Okay, cool. So that should be showing up now on our canvas. So here's how it looks like. Get ready to test meta ad variation. So hi, welcome to Meta Ads Lab. Okay, cool. So I think this looks great. If you click on it, it won't generate anything yet because we haven't added the prompt. So let's stop that and reset. Okay, now let me go ahead and add the AI prompt that we will be using for this. So this one's pretty comprehensive. It's usually the case when we're relying on the system prompt to provide the output to the user without having, without having sources. So here's the exact prompt that we will be using. And let me just make sure that I have this set to 4.0. Okay, and enlarge this. Oh, I lost it. I think I reset it. So let me just paste that again. Save changes and okay. Great. So as you can see, the first part is just basically describing the AI, its primary goal, which is to generate high converting meta ad variations for cold and retargeting audiences. And then mode detection logic. So basically, it will be able to detect which channel the user selected. If the user didn't select any channel at all, it will kind of like ask the user to select from the options, and then it will automatically switch to that chosen mode. So if you chose generate cold ad, it would go ahead and go to mode A, which what it will do is ask the following in this exact order. And then once it's done with all of these questions, it will generate the output. So we also added a few sequential question rules. So this is very important. I always mention to add rules to the prompting when creating this because it tends to go off your what do you call this your goal. So it's best to add rules when on the prompting itself. We cannot entirely rely everything to the AI. So over here we also have the mode B, which is generate the retargeting ad. So it will ask it for following questions in this order, and then same thing, it will generate the final output. And then mode C, so fix my existing ad. So it will ask the user to paste the current ad copy. What was their product and offer, and the audience, plus the objective, and then what's not working or any compliance restraints. So it will be able to help them fix their existing ad and then deliver the optimization output. And then a few global rules in here. I think this was added after testing um, earlier, where it was like kind of like going through the mode over and over again. It was asking the user what kind of mode do you want, but we already provided that, so we just added a few global rules in here. And then the output format is super important. So this is the Meta Ads Manager setup guide. So here's your campaign setup, the ad set setup, the ad level setup, and then the testing plan. So this is super, super important when it comes to doing meta ads. I mean, I've actually gone in there and tried launching an ad campaign in Meta, and it was super, what do you call this? It was super complicated to say the least. So I had to rely on AI to set it up for me. So this would be super, super duper helpful for digital marketing agency owners, for teams that are utilizing meta ad campaigns almost every day. So this would certainly, make their workflow much, much easier. So with this prompt, let me just make sure to save that and we will start testing. Awesome. So let's go to testing. All right. I think let's try generate the call that. Okay, so first question, I think it was able to follow the questions we added in the prompt. What are you selling? So a product, service, then just a one sentence description of that service. Okay, so let's just say a portable cold plunge tub for home use that helps people recover faster, boost energy, and improve mental clarity without needing a built-in ice bath setup. So that's loading. Now, who is the target customer? So it's asking for the customer profile. So, and then what is the number one outcome that they want? So let's just say faster muscle recovery, and then what's your offer? Okay, great. So let's provide it with that information. And then what proof do you have? Okay, can you provide the brand voice and taboo word? So let's provide it with that. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this. Now proceed with generating final ad output. Here's the structured Meta Ads Manager setup guide for your product. Okay, cool. So this one's going to be the campaign setup, and then the ad set setup, and then the ad level setup. So I think, oh my God, okay, that is awesome. And then the testing plan. So it's asking us to test the primary text variations first, what to duplicate, the kill criteria. So if it's under 1.5 CTR after 7 days. And then the scaling trigger is ads with ROAS above 3.0. So the setup is designed to help you effectively reach and convert your target audience with your with your affordable cold plunge top. So that's how the Meta Ads Lab AI works. So it's basically guiding users through this strategic ready to test meta ad variations that they can use. Any questions on this build right here? I mean, it's super straightforward, right? Super easy to build helpful canvases like this inside Aswap. As long as you get the right prompt, you have your goal in mind, the output that you want in mind. That's super easy to build. So, any questions from the community? Anything that you're working on or you're building yourself right now inside Aspot? Feel free to uh, put that in the chat. So we have one from Chandrakant. Okay. Um, I'm really impressed with Aspot's current UI and core functionality. To take the platform to the next level, I'd love to see a roadmap for the advanced features, specifically their plans to implement conditional logic, multi-step tool calling, workflows, and native file support. Right? Different connectors. These additions would significantly enhance the bot's utility. Let me save that. Let me just put that under my notes, Chandrakant, so I can be reminded of your suggestions. I'll make sure to forward this with the team. But thank you for that. Thank you for that helpful suggestion for sure. How many channel options do we have on a chatbot? I know on the canvas it's three. You can have as many channels that you want to add. For me, I like to keep them within four of, I think my maximum channel options is up to five. Mostly I only add three channel options. I don't want to overwhelm the user with a lot of selections when they first take a look at the canvas. Because the goal with the channel features are to have the user take action and start engaging with the bot as soon as they kind of like see it, as soon as they launch it. So that's why I try to keep them as simple as possible, as, and basically using it as a trigger for the conversation to start with the AI. If I place a link into my chatbot that has a lot more option information, then I'm asking my chatbot to answer. How do I keep the chatbot on topic? It won't have any memory of the previous conversation if that's the case. If you'll be adding the link to your chatbot on the channels, if I click on it as a user, for example, I click on this and then I was redirected to another chatbot that's much more knowledgeable on the topic, the chatbot won't have any recollection of what was discussed on this like current chatbot itself. So it won't have any memory of the previous topic, basically. Any other questions, maybe? No, if there's a lot of other info, can you elaborate on that, Brad? I'm not sure. What that means. And then there's a question from Dawn. Oh, great idea, Kim. Awesome. Will this work for meta ads, attracting subscriptions for a newsletter, or would the prompt have to be modified? It's not technically selling anything. That's a really great question. So I think you would just have to tweak it a little bit because yeah, it will work for newsletter subscriptions, but I think you should slightly modify the logic so that it's more optimized for lead generation instead of direct sales. So the goal for newsletters is to get leads, right? So to have build a leads list. So right now the logic is for this prompt is mostly for direct sales. So you will need to optimize it for lead generation. So I place a link for things to do in accounting, but I only wanted to answer for a city. Oh, yeah, the AI will be able to do that, Brad. If you're referring to adding a link into the sources, yeah, the AI can refer to only that city. If the user is just asking about the city, then it will be able to do that. I mean, AI is smart enough to do that. What advantage does Aspot have over a standard chat GPT AI bot or cloud chatbot? So I think there's a lot of difference actually. So it's Aspot is basically a packaged AI product. It's not just a chat. I mean, ChatGPT and Claude, they're both we're both using them just for a chat, but with Aspot, um, you can white label it. I mean, you cannot really white label ChatGPT, right, or Claude. So if you're someone who's selling AI solutions, you can use Aspot to white label your chatbot product. Share those pages, incorporate them into websites, which is not possible with ChatGPT. So you can embed a lot of these bots from Aspot. So this is a really good question, Brad. Let me make a post on school about that so I can just maybe elaborate more on it. Let's do like a comparison and I'll post that on school group so you guys can have like a reference on what's the difference between Aspot and ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini and so on and so forth. Robin says, could you have sales and lead generation in the same canvas and have them as choices? Yes, you can. That would be, of course, that would you would have to craft the prompt for that on how the canvas would handle the sales part and then the lead generation part. It can handle both. Although if you want it to be more like, I mean, if you wanted to like go in depth of each. You can just, create different, I mean, create canvas for each topic. So, I mean, I don't think there's a limit to how much canvas you can create, right? So feel free to do that. I would love a class on prompting. To be honest, when it comes to prompting, I think, how do I prompt myself? How do I write prompts? So the way I write prompts is just I give the idea to the AI, and then I put it in Aspot. I test it. It doesn't look great. I copy the conversation, and then tell my AI assistant, this is the output that AI provided with this prompt that you suggested. I wanted to be able to like do this and do that, and then it will continuously refine the prompt. So basically, the process is having AI write the prompt for another AI, and then go back to that prompting AI and have it refine it as possible when testing. So that's why it's super, super important to test everything first, and then just continuously refine it. I do have, I think I've already shared with you guys the custom GPT helper, right? The Aspot Canvas Creator custom GPT that helps me build this canvases super fast. It also builds the prompt itself, which is super comprehensive. It can also recommend like flows that you can build inside Aspot. Although right now I'm not using flow builder that much because it doesn't really, it doesn't connect with the AI, right? The AI mode, so you cannot really like generate an output based on that flow. So it's kind of like a standalone flow, and it doesn't connect with the AI itself. So I like to do everything in the prompt. Um, but yeah, that's a great suggestion, Robin. Maybe we can do a class on prompting maybe like this month for on our next live health sessions. But yep, if you guys have like any suggestions also on this live health sessions, like you want to see an idea, you want to see an idea be built here inside the live health sessions, feel free to send that over to me, and I would love to build that. With you guys. And then Brad says mode detection logic is something I think would be something that my bots are still going off topic. Um, and I can't get it back on track on time. For the mode detection logic, is that right? I mean, I think the reason why that is included in the prompt is to make sure the AI doesn't stray away from the topic or from where it is right now, on the conversation. So once like mode A is activated, it will stay on that topic, unless you reset the conversation or something like that. So yeah, I think you would want to include that also on your prompting, Brad, the mode detection logic. Let's see here. Any other questions maybe on this tool that we built, or any questions regarding Aspot? Just copy that, put that on chat. And then this is the meta, and it's the canvas. All right. So I just put that in the chat, you guys. You can just import it to your account. You can take a look at the prompt, refine it, add a few things, or maybe you can take a few things from the prompt and add it to an existing canvas or chatbot that you have. But yeah, any last questions before we wrap up the call? Awesome. Great. Brad says, thank you. Don says, another great session. Thank you for that, Don. I really love building this with you guys. I really love doing this. So thank you so much for that. And you all have a great, great Tuesday. Thank you so much. Bye bye.